There's no end to the public tussle that's on between whether the American strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities were effective or not. US President and top officials in Trump administration continue to insist that the Iranian nuclear program has been obliterated, even as Iran's supreme leader has rejected all these claims, saying that those strikes were absolutely ineffective. In the midst of this, the political slugfest is on, and this is nothing more than showmanship of the US with little damage. This is what Iran has said, while the CIA has backed Donald Trump's claims of putting back Iran and its nuclear plans back by years. A top US congressman has told NDTV that the strikes appear to have caused some damage, but not to the extent that the Trump administration is claiming. I want to first play out the soundbite of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth on also the intel report, which is another cause of concern for Trump administration, which seems to be completely opposite to what the Trump administration's claim has been about the effectiveness of these strikes.
Every outlet has breathlessly reported on a preliminary assessment from DIA. I'm looking at it right now. Again, it was preliminary, a day and a half after the actual strike, when it admits itself in writing that it requires weeks to accumulate the necessary data to make such an assessment. It's preliminary. It points out that it's not been coordinated with the intelligence community at all. There's low confidence in this particular report. It says in the report there are gaps in the information. It says in the report multiple linchpin assumptions are what this assessment, a linchpin assumption, you know what that is? That means your entire premise is predicated on a linchpin. If you're wrong, everything else is wrong. And yet, and still, this report acknowledges it's likely severe damage.
We hear it was obliteration. It was a virtual obliteration. When you take a look at the ground above, don't forget the flame is all underground. But everything above, if you look at the before and the after picture, everything above is burned black. The trees, everything. There's one building, but that's a building that sunk substantially into the granite, so that, you know, the fire goes right over it. It was, I believe it was total obliteration.
به مراکز هسته‌ای ما حمله کردن که البته این در خور پیگیری جزایی در دادگاه‌های بین‌المللی است به طور مستقل، اما نتوانستن کار مهمی انجام بدن. رئیس جمهور آمریکا در شرح اونچه که واقع شده بود بزرگ نمایی غیر متعارفی کرد. معلوم شد که به این بزرگ نمایی احتیاج داره. جمهوری اسلامی سیلی سختی به گونه آمریکا نواخت. به یکی از پایگاه‌های مهم آمریکا در منطقه، پایگاه العدید، حمله کرد و خساراتی وارد کرد.
All right, let's get in my colleague Vishal Vivek, who's joining us live from the newsroom on this. Vishal, essentially, you have a big controversy that's taking place and breaking out in Washington, D.C. due to that leaked Pentagon report, with that intel report that contradicts what the Trump administration's stand is in terms of the effectiveness of the strikes.
That's right. At the center of this row is that US intel report that you're talking about. That report was released by the DIA, which is the Defense Intelligence Agency, that comes under the Defense Department of the US, and Pete Hegseth is at the helm of affairs there. So it's a particularly embarrassing situation for him that the report came out from his own department, and it contradicts what Trump has been repeatedly saying, and that is what he's been trying to firefight that, but he's been not successful, because he has claimed that whatever Trump said is correct and the nuclear program of Iran has been obliterated, but he has not given any concrete proof as to how that is so, because this repetition of statements have been going on. IAEA has also said that there has been significant damage to the sites, nuke sites in Iran, but so far there is no conclusion as to if the program itself has been wiped out. That is what the US authorities are claiming. At the same time, this report comes out and says that the overall program has not been wiped out. The underground structures remain largely intact. So these are initial assessments. We'll have clearer picture when there are final assessments in place and other intelligence agencies also join into the probe.